All right, let's go. Ayo, we're three hot guys sharing our opinions because we're special and different. Gold medals, we're winning. Can't help it if we're burdened by our intellect. You can play checkers while we pretend we know the rules to chess. The council has spoken, and we are the chosen. Your nose is broken because I broke it.
And welcome back to another episode of Will of the Council. It's your boy Joseph. I've got Jordan in the booth.
Woohoo! Sorry, this one's a little late, everybody. This one's a little late, folks. Sorry about that. Happy to be here, though.
We've got Danny, who appears to be inside the video game.
My life is like a video game. Jumping over Minecraft blocks.
Stop.
That's the song. That's how it goes.
Oh, God.
And we have Becky on the ones and twos. As this is a Patreon episode, we also have a special guest. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Tina, or tinachino, and I'm happy to be here. Let's fucking go.
That's
Yeah.
so true. Yay.
Tina, you primarily stream on twitch.tv.
Yeah, twitch.tv/tinachino.
Heck
I don't
yeah.
really do YouTube, but Tinachino games, if you want to go check me out there. I mainly just do like YouTube shorts there for now, but one day I'll figure it out.
Same.
Oh,
I
won't we
cannot
all?
find a schedule to upload to YouTube. I just can't do it. It's just
No,
too much
me
work.
either.
He's just like me.
Yeah, it's hard.
Not for Joseph, though.
Well, I like YouTube a lot. Oh my God. We got a big day ahead of us, but of course, it all begins with talking about the most important thing that happened this week. You may be thinking that we'll be talking about, as usual, some sort of political intrigue or maybe some sort of ongoing crisis, but instead, we're going to be speaking about something that all Americans can relate to. I'm talking about the movies. And we're talking specifically about one specific movie, the Minecraft movie. Folks, it's peak.
No, I'm just gonna jump off right from
Go
the
for
start
it.
and say, folks, this one looks like shit.
It really looks bad. It really does not.
So Tina has not watched the trailer. All three of us have, of course, because we
Of course.
we love garbage, folks.
Yep.
Yeah. When I heard there was slop, I came as fast as I could.
And so, Tina, for your viewing pleasure, not only have I linked the trailer if you want to watch it, but I've linked a screenshot of the image where
Oh,
there
wow.
is of the pink sheep that comes on in the trailer, and it is, to lightly put it, an abomination.
He looks like he's doing the Hawk Tua.
Stop! Here we go, 1 week.
True.
Oh my God. She's our competition now, by the way. She's got that new
Yeah.
podcast.
Oh,
we
my
gotta
God.
be careful about what we say about the Hawk Tua girl.
Whatever. This is the Patreon episode, so we can poop all over the Hawk
Whoa,
Tua.
whoa. Hawk Tua
podcast.
girl is actually a high tier Patreon of this show.
Oh, okay.
true.
I'm sorry. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
But does she
That's
pay
how
us
she
in
became an
crypto?
industry plant.
Yeah. She pays us in appearances on Joe Rogan. And
Do we have to pay her in like Mets games?
I don't. What does she do? Does she like?
I don't know. Give
Nobody
blowjobs.
I think she was a preschool teacher, but then she got fired. And
Yeah,
now she's just like signed to some management company, right? Like, didn't she just
Yeah,
get
She
it
just did,
instantly
yes.
signed? So I feel like she's just like promoting.
Not only is it
herself.
Fucked up. They fired her. What?
Yeah,
Come
well,
on.
Yeah.
She
I
wasn't gonna
think-
do it to the kids. I
No, I know. I
imagine.
think it's just for
Shut up.
teachers have to have like the good image or whatever. I don't know. It's
they fired her
bullshit.
because she did that? Jesus.
yeah.
That's the worst.
Because she spit on
No.
that thing. That's disgusting.
Oh, God. don't make
maybe
me,
I
don't make
am
me,
Hawk Tua girl.
I was just going to say,
I-
don't make me ideologically aligned with Hawk Tua girl, because now I feel
I'm
sympathy
pro
for her.
Hawk Tua girl.
Yeah.
She is on Twitter every day being like, this crypto seems like it's gonna go to the moon.
Yeah.
She's doing the like I got famous grind set thing.
Yeah,
Where
yeah,
you
yeah.
just like show
Yeah.
crypto all day.
Yep.
And of course, if that ever happens to any of us, we're not going to tell you all, but there will be signs. Just
Yep.
like there's signs that FTX is back on the books, folks. Today's sponsor is Sam Bankman-Fried. He gave me $2 billion in prison to, let's say, Hawk Tua his services.
Y'all heard of the hit new thing, Dogecoin?
Yeah.
Today's sponsor is you, dear listener, and the crypto shell.
Viewers like you. So the Minecraft movie looks really good. It looks fantastic.
Nope.
I will say I do like this new trend. It's like the Mario movie was kind of like this too, where they're like, all right, so the whole point of the movie is there's all these characters you remember from the video game.
We're really back. We are so back to the bad video game movie era, right? Like,
Did anyone go see Borderlands?
I did.
oh, you
How
did.
was it? Were you? Did you like
I'm
it?
planning on taking someone to watch it, and I'm excited to
Oh, no
watch
spoilers!
the
No
worst thing.
spoilers!
Yeah.
No, I won't spoil it.
No,
Me and my
spoil, please.
friends-
I don't care. I played the games.
Okay. Well, me and my friends, we actually replayed Borderlands 1 and 2
Uh-oh.
to prepare ourselves for the movie.
No.
That is
And-
so dope.
And then we saw it the weekend it came out, and we heard about the reviews, so then we decided to get plastered in the parking lot right
Only
before. 'cause
way
we were
to
like,
enjoy it. Yeah.
This is the only way to do it. We're taking shots. Pulled out the Pink Whitney, and I couldn't tell if the movie was confusing because I was drunk or because it was bad. But I mean, it was just a mess. It was all over the place. I feel like Jack Black was the only good character
Wait,
in it.
Jack Black was in that fucking one too?
Yeah, he was Claptrap.
Oh my god!
Oh my god.
This movie is so good.
This is the new formula, right? You take like a video game IP, you throw Jack Black in it, and then you're like, you know what? We'll just fucking throw it out there and hope we get treated more like Sonic than Borderlands.
Oh god.
Pretty much. But it was really bad. It was really bad.
Oh.
That's unfortunate.
I've heard a lot of people describe it as like you can't even enjoy it. How bad it is. Kind of bad.
Pretty much.
Oh, no.
That's why I got drunk.
Yeah.
And I honestly would recommend
Okay, good.
watching
I'll
it drunk.
I'll make sure of that.
I mean, I just recommend getting drunk. It typically.
Well.
We should mention Bottle Night for our listeners at home who are keeping track, but the Minecraft movie looks like the perfect movie for Bottle Night. I would
Oh
be
my
completely honest
god!
with you.
What a great night.
So I would like to actually segue this conversation about the Minecraft movie into our continued favorite trend. So the previous non-Patreon episode, we talked about how there is something called the woke detector for video games on
yeah.
Steam. One of my favorite trends is continuing with this trailer where somebody has taken a picture of the only person of color, basically a black woman in the trailer, and captioned it and said, "You gotta be fucking kidding me." And it's just like a black woman is there. So they're mad that a black woman is in Minecraft, apparently.
Dude, this
Oh.
rocks.
Oh, Jordan, that wasn't just some random person. That was white supremacist Nick Fuentes.
Oh!
Was it the boy?
It's
Was it the boy?
It's the kid.
Friend of the channel. Oh, Jesus.
God.
That's amazing. I can't believe that woke DEI cancel culture bullshit is ruining my favorite video game movie, Minecraft, which otherwise looks kind of like a masterpiece, I gotta be honest.
It's so funny that this is the thing to get all DEI racist about.
You
is
gotta
that
be
there is a black actress. They exist, and that's just too much for them.
You gotta be kidding me. It's like
Yeah.
person doing a job. Like,
Do you think these people like go to the grocery store and they're just like walking around like muttering under their breath like, what the freaking heck?
Fuck,
can't
Waldy,
believe
Aldi
this.
is woke now. Shut up.
What's wrong with Aldi?
nothing.
I
It-
love-
Nothing's wrong with Aldi, but nothing's as good as
Something's
Jordan's
wrong
posting
with
about it.
Jordan, yeah.
Okay.
All
Because
right.
I'm a big Aldi fan.
I am a
so.
huge Aldi fan to a somewhat overbearing degree.
Egregious.
That's true. Me personally, I'm a Costco guy.
I bet.
For sure.
Is
For sure.
this
That's the
podcast
other
a
one.
boom or a doom?
Oh my god.
Is that
I
your
will.
Costco girl? You know
Oh.
who I'm talking to? Is that what you're the Costco girl who makes
No,
Instagram
the
videos?
Costco guys. This the
Oh.
two. It's the son. It's Big Justice. I
Big
think is
Justice,
his
the
dad.
Rizzler.
The Rizzler is not his son.
No,
but
the
his
dad
son,
is AJ.
The dad is
Oh.
AJ, and then Big
Yeah.
Justice is his son, I believe.
There's
They're
some
like a
Costco
TikTok
girl on
family?
Instagram. Yeah. Oh,
Really?
what?
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, she
That's
basically
awesome.
just like drops ass in front of like talks about the Costco
Whoa.
deals for the week and then like
That's
a move
what
in
I'm
front of it.
fucking
Wait, hold
talking
up.
about.
Wait,
That's
Costco
where
rocks.
That's where I want to see ass. Okay, this is the thing. I've actually a little elucidation about my personal life. I've never been to a strip club because strip clubs are like I don't have anything
Because you have
against
a
them.
Costco membership.
But that's the thing. Like, I don't want to go to like a place dedicated to like seeing ass and it's all grimy and there's like liquor all over the floor and the floors are sticky. No, I want to go like see ass while I do my grocery shopping, right? Like,
Exactly.
that's what I'm
Yeah.
talking. Like, I get bricked up looking at deals of like tubs of peanut butter pretzels. You know what I mean?
You
Like,
ever talk to someone and you're like, it would be so easy to put your ass in the Matrix.
Yeah.
If I was like, if I was some sort of all-powerful robot consciousness, I would be beating down your door, dog.
Yeah.
You would be an excellent battery.
Very easy.
Like Jordan describes what would be so incredible for him at Costco, and I'm like, man, it'd be so easy to poison you. Just the easiest thing ever, man.
This is a very trickable individual. Oh my god.
One last thing for the Minecraft movie. We talked about this weeks ago, but this is giving me Harold and the Purple Crayon vibes as well.
It's
right?
Purple Crayon core for sure. You know what it actually reminded me of, Daniel?
Yeah.
A film that we, like Tina, got completely fucking plastered and watched. Do you remember going to see Adam Sandler's Pixels?
Yes. Oh, yes, I do.
Same concept. You go inside the game and it's Pac-Man.
It's so insane because like the premise for the movie was like Adam Sandler is this like world championship gamer.
Yeah, he's like a powerful gaming mind.
And he's kind of like divorced dad vibes after like losing, and then the government needs his help. Oh my God. It's a fever dream trying to remember anything about the movie. But the best part was, of course, us jamming out to, I believe it's Good Charlotte, who sings this insane song called Game On.
Game On.
It's Waka Flocka Flame featuring Good Charlotte.
What happened to Waka? Is he still around? Is he
What
gonna
happened to
compose
Hollywood? Why are movies all bad now? Is my
to
question.
make the song for the Minecraft movie? Oh man, I don't know. I will say, as a group of, I guess you could call all four of us like capital G gamers. I hold us personally responsible for this kind of thing. And as gamers, all I have to say is, sorry, it will happen again every year until millennials stop driving culture. And you're just going to have to wait it out until then. But you're going to get the Minecraft movie. You're going to get the Terraria movie. Going to get the Binding of Isaac movie in 2024. We'll probably get Balatro the film.
I feel like Skibidi Toilet movie will come, right? Like,
Isn't it
for
already
sure.
like a thing? I don't know if those posts.
Have you not heard?
No.
There is a trademark dispute with Skibidi Toilet because all the mods are from Gmod and like Half-Life. So it is unfortunately indefinitely delayed, both the movie and the TV show. Yeah.
No.
Oh,
Don't tell me there was going to be a TV.
man.
Never mind. It needs to be delayed forever. I can't take this shit. Oh my god.
All right. Are you guys ready to move on from Skibidi Fortnite to the posts?
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm willingly trenching into Reddit, but yes.
Reddit.
Okay. Well,
Let's do
this
it.
first one has a little. It's got a little kick to it. It's got a little twist to it that I can't reveal to you all yet. But after we vote, you will all experience the twist with me. This is an 8-hour-old post. It's a fresh one from Blue Bump on r/am I the asshole. All right. So the title of this one is, Am I the asshole for refusing to name my baby after a dead girl?
Good.
This is a weird question to me because aren't all names from dead people?
Yes.
Yeah,
Dude,
you know,
you're
like,
so smart, actually. Like, you're so epic and cool.
what if it's like, I'm not naming my baby after a dead girl, Mary Magdalene, you know, like... No,
It's like the full name of the person who was deceased. Like...
Okay.
How did you find another like naming my kid post? Like,
Yeah, how do you
I got these on Google Alerts. Whenever anyone has an interpersonal conflict about naming a child something stupid, like my phone buzzes and I chuckle at it a little bit and then I
the
throw it on the
Spidey
pod.
sense.
Yeah. Okay, this says I, 25F, and my husband, 27M, have a complicated history together, especially concerning his family. I met him on a blind date when we were both in college, and he asked me to be his girlfriend on our second date. He's always been sweet, trying to be considerate of my feelings when it comes to his family. His mother has always been against our relationship from the start, mostly due to the reasons I think I might be the asshole here. It's a little bit of foreshadowing for you.
Okay.
He had a friend, let's call her Annie, who passed away when he was a teenager. He was always close with her, and he insisted they were platonic. However, his mother would always talk about how they were supposed to get married as adults and that I was his second choice and that he wouldn't have married me if she was alive.
Wow, that's such a nice thing of her to say.
Well,
How do you react to that, do you think?
What do you-
Moms need to chill sometimes. I don't know. That's like
true.
just like,
Yeah.
what are you getting at here? Like, you can't play matchmaker. I don't know. That's just grosses me out a bit.
even if you were going to play matchmaker, you've already lost, right? The other one's dead?
Yeah,
Not
don't
to be
beat a dead
macabre, but like...
Okay. Both of you. God.
Tina, keep it up.
Moving on. It's always hurt, in all honesty. Yeah, no duh. And I've tried as hard as I can to be accommodating for her and her grief, as she cared about Annie a lot and was even friends with her mother. She was a great girl. I wish I could have gotten to know her, and it hurts being constantly compared to a woman my husband could have been with, especially since we already have a son who his mother isn't allowed to see because of her insistence that he's not her real grandbaby because he isn't
This cannot
Annie's.
be real.
Okay.
That is not real.
Okay. So this is where I probably overreacted, and I could be the asshole here. We found out 2 months ago that we were having a baby girl. We were ecstatic. I was worried he'd be one of those boy-only fathers, but he almost cried finding out we'd have a girl. Our son is also over the moon, talking to his sister and asking her name, which has become an issue, because he recently decided to name our daughter after Annie, which is upsetting, especially since his mother is hung up about them being together. We argued about it a little bit, and I'm staying with my son at a friend's house. Am I overthinking this? I don't know what to do. His mom has been blowing up my messages. I don't know how she got my messenger. We haven't spoken to her since our son's first birthday. And my mom has told me to stop arguing over it and let him choose the name since she's his only daughter. Any advice is appreciated. I need a non-biased opinion. My friend says I was overreacting for leaving, but I do need time for myself. I don't want to confront him or anything. I know I can be sensitive without realizing it, so input is appreciated. And there is a minor edit. It says, first, I want to thank everyone who answered. Sometimes I feel like I'm going crazy for something I do. Tell me if I missed anything. There's comments to sort through. Let me give you some background. Annie died at 18 in an accident. Her and my husband's mother were friends. Me and my husband met after I had recently started college, and we got married a year later. Our son is 3. Scrolling up to numbers here. So she'd been dead for like 6 years at that time.
Okay.
My husband always defends and stands up to his mother when it comes down to it. I know he cares about me, but I worry sometimes that he will subconsciously start believing what she says. I know I'm his wife. I'm the woman he married and has kids with, but it's hard to not feel secondary sometimes. My husband works a lot. At the moment, I wasn't thinking straight, but thinking about it, I think it was a better choice to take him, as I don't want him to be left alone by himself. I won't argue if he wants to see him or wants to pick him up in his free time. I'm just not ready to speak with my husband at the moment. And there's another one that we'll get into after we're done speaking.
Well, Tina, since you are the guest, we always allow the guest to present their thoughts first. So by all means, what are you feeling on this one?
I don't really get why the dad gets to be the only one to name this baby. Like, even her mom said that they couldn't, that he was naming the baby or whatever.
Thank
So-
you.
Yeah, right? What the
Like,
fuck?
that doesn't
Thank
like
you.
she's the one growing the baby. Like, I think they should both have a say in it, of course, but
Correct.
it seems like everyone hates the poster in this post to me, because it's like, why are they all just like not taking her thoughts into consideration at all?
Yeah, she's literally like having this child growing inside her, and everybody's like, well, I want to name it this, so I want to name it this. And she's like, do I get to say anything here?
No.
No.
Nope.
No, I 100%.
You're not Annie, so shut up.
True. I'm not the dead girl, so I guess whatever. No, I could totally agree. It's like, no matter what, both parties should have to give a thumbs up for a child's name,
Yeah.
right? Like, am I crazy for saying that? I mean, I know I'm not Annie here, but you know, it's
this is going to be a hard one, as Jillian can listen to this podcast, and the male right to name the child is something I have to preserve if I want to name the child Elemental Hero Stratos.
oh,
Of
sorry.
course,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
Can you name it like some dumb Alestral instead, like Eddie?
Astrabbit Rothschild. Eddie's fun. Oh my god, no, I think that's the right impulse, right? Is like, what the hell? Why does she not get to name her own child?
Yeah, everyone just seems insane.
What is with every mom in this story? Every single mom in this story, her mom and the other mom are the ones giving their input. Like, why don't you just make up with it? Just do what they says. Like, and then the other mom is like texting her somehow through Reddit detective work and is like, you are the worst thing that ever. You'll never be Annie. Like, it's like,
I just can't get over it. Like, okay, we have to really discuss the whole not her real grandbaby thing. That's
insane, right? That's out of this fucking world.
insane. What?
I don't even get what she's thinking about there. It's like, what do you mean? Like, biologically, that's false. Like, what are you smoking, lady? seriously.
She's doing like a "you're not my real dad" thing, but about like someone she has no input on. It's crazy. It's unbelievable. Oh my God. It's weird. Okay. I mean, from what I'm reading, it sounds like the guy isn't hung up on his like childhood friend, right? Like, obviously, I'm sure he's sad that she's dead, but like, it's not like he's like wistfully looking out windows and being like, I just wish Annie was here. It's just the mom, right?
Yeah.
She's the only one doing
Yeah,
this.
for sure.
But they don't even talk
I think
to
the
the
only
mom.
thing-
It says that I don't know how she got my
Yeah.
messenger. So it's like,
Right.
why are we taking anything she says into consideration?
Exactly. Well, that's where I find things strange. Not that I'm like trying to make this out to be like the husband's fault or whatever, but
I am.
choosing the name Annie is like, I get why she's like, whoa, what? Like,
Wait, your dead friend? Huh.
the one your mother's told me, like, I would never be her. You
I mean,
want
like,
to name?
okay, let's talk about the husband real quick. What's his
Yeah.
fucking problem, man?
What's the problem?
Okay. You know how much I love to shit on men here for,
Yeah.
any reason. But okay.
Yeah.
So is he? I didn't.
There
get it
is
from the
no
post.
way he does not know that the mother has been irritating to the wife about this stupid fucking Annie thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
And to completely circumvent any baggage the pair of them have to be like, oh, here's what we're gonna do, it's insane. It's out of this world.
My initial thinking, like, okay, let me give him some credit, was maybe he is saying, let's name her Annie because she was like a dear childhood friend to him, and he doesn't have this fucking ridiculous, like, oh, the one I could have been with kind of thing. Like, I don't.
But he
get-
has to know the mom is like that because she has been eviscerated from their lives.
Yes, I agree.
His wife was just like, we're going to go no contact with your mom. And he was like, oh, not going to probe that any further? Sure.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. That's where I was like, that's where my sort of my leeway stops, is because, well, he knows that the idea of Annie is this whole thing that has literally taken a family member out of his life because she was being insane about it. So he has to know that it would make his wife uncomfortable to call their daughter Annie. Like, there's no defending the guy.
Yeah, I really don't think so, because the most gracious thing you could give him, which this is so unrealistic, is that he genuinely kind of like ignored it or didn't realize it or whatever. And she's like, whoa, I don't like that name because it's your friend that you grew up with that passed away. And that's where the conversation should happen. Like, if he truly thought that, regardless of the relationship with the mother, and he wanted that to even then, it goes back to what Tina was saying, was like, why doesn't she get a say in this? Where is this conversation where, like, hello, she's having the baby?
Yeah.
Why does she not have the say here? Why is it give up? What? That's just crazy to me, regardless. But of course, that's the best scenario I can give. And the more literal and honest scenario is that he knows all about this too. So
I'm just trying to figure out how the argument, like, I don't know, she didn't talk about any other problems they've had, right, in their relationship. It was like, we had an argument about this, and now I'm staying with my son at a friend's house. Like, it's funny because, like, the text on the screen is, we ended up arguing slightly, and now I'm living with my friend. Like, this is a little bit more than slightly, you know?
Oh, you're so right. I found that so strange that it was like, oh, we had a slight argument. I'm at my friend's house.
Yeah.
That's like that, right? Like, am I crazy? That's like, oh, he's in trouble. you
Yeah,
know? Like,
exactly. So this was clearly a huge argument. And if he made it so much of an argument, I'm not saying only he did, because obviously she did too. She
Right.
doesn't want this child's name to be Annie for clearly good reasons.
pretty good
He's
reason.
having such a big argument about this. How can he I just don't understand how he can justify it. It really is beyond me, where he doesn't see how this would make his wife uncomfortable, even though they already had an argument about it. Like, why is he being so obstinate about this being the name? It's weird.
Cool.
You wanna give us the update there, Joseph, or do you want us to vote first?
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, yeah, let's vote first, and then we'll do the update.
Okay.
Decision time.
When it comes to this selfish, shrew of a woman who simply won't acquiesce to what I imagine to be a pretty reasonable request.
Oh, sure.
You know, name our child Pet Cemetery style after my my dead friend. Tina, is this woman the asshole?
No, not the asshole.
Jordan?
No, definitely not the asshole.
Danny?
Nope.
Well, I guess I will go with the woke mob and also say no. That's going to be a 4-0.
Huge W for woke.
Huge W for woke.
But wait.
But a huge L for our next post.
Wait, no, is there an
Which
update?
comes from, this next post comes from r/am I the asshole?
No.
18 hours ago.
No.
From an individual named OddCheek9984, the title of which is, Am I the asshole for asking my wife if we can name our daughter after my dead best friend?
Oh my god.
No, you are not doing this to me.
That's
there is
correct.
no way.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, wait a minute.
The
This was
husband needed guidance too, and where did he go but the bountiful reserve of geniuses on Reddit.com?
Oh my god, is this the first? Oh no, we've looked at a different perspective post before too, but it does not happen often. So this was the spoiler in Discord that you asked us not to read.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
Can you imagine you get into an argument and both parties go to reddit.com?
Oh my god. The question here should be, if they both say not the asshole, what do they do? Do they get to kill the mom for free?
Yeah.
They have to split the kid in half.
Yeah, Solomon style.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Throwaway because my friends use Reddit. I am married to my wife, who I will call Kate, fake name. Kate is pregnant with our second child. We recently found out we're having a baby girl. While discussing different baby names, I suggested Charlotte, fake name. Charlotte, huh? I think I like Danny.
Rock.
You should name him Annie. Oh my god. Charlotte was my childhood best friend who passed away when we were 18 in a car crash. The two of us were friends for our whole life. Once she left my life, I told myself I would name one of my children after her. Just so happened we're having a daughter. The issue is, my mother was convinced me and Charlotte would get married. Neither me nor her liked each other in that way. My mother consequently hates Kate. She has not been afraid to tell Kate she will never be Charlotte. Whenever things like that come up, we always leave, as neither of us want to listen to her ramble. I've always told my mother that I love Kate and she needs to drop her resentment towards her. It's gotten to the point where I've dropped my mother for my family and my life. I couldn't take her degrading my wife anymore. After Kate heard my suggestion, she left the house. She wouldn't respond when I asked her what was wrong and hasn't responded to my messages. It's been a few days now, and I've just been told she is with her parents and needs to be left alone for a few days. I understand it's possible she has bad experiences with the name and doesn't want to name our baby after her. Smartest man alive, by the way.
Oh my god!
It's possible, that this might be the issue, but I don't know.
I can't. Where could those bad experiences have come from,
What is wrong with this guy? It's like, I don't get it. I just want to name her after my friend. Lists the entire reasons why this is a bad idea.
Funny. It's so funny because I'm like, oh, he does care, and he has told her off, and he has cut the mom out, kind of like, all right, if you're going to be like this, whatever. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Please just continue.
It's posts like these that this sounds a little sexist, but they make me truly glad to be a man because, you can be just absolutely dumb as fuck.
True.
And you get away with it. You mostly get away with it.
You can be dumber than rocks, and it's like, we're having our second baby.
Okay, a couple edits to this one. First, I know my wife made a post on here as well, currently trying to keep up with all the comments. And two,
You're so
I've been
awesome,
reading the
bro.
comments, so I wanted to add a little. Yes, my mother refuses to acknowledge our son as her real grandchild. She refused to believe the child was even mine. No, I don't think naming our daughter Charlotte will make my mother love her. I think the same thing will happen. Yes, my wife had an argument before she left. She didn't just walk out.
Redditors.
What did I do wrong? What did I do?
Redditor force come in. Are you the asshole?
I just can't believe this is the first time this conversation is coming up. If he's always wanted to name one of his kids after Annie, you know what I mean?
Yes. Good point.
Months before they had their first kid.
Yeah.
It's like
They had a kid.
they had another
What
kid.
the fuck?
They didn't know the gender for at least 20 weeks. You know what I mean, or however many it is. It does not line up. It does not line up.
I bet he waited to have this conversation until he got confirmation they were having a girl at some point in his life.
Terrible idea.
Yep.
Terrible idea.
I know it's a terrible
If he
idea.
was really set
Dumb
on
as
it.
rocks.
He didn't want to bring it up until now because he knew that she would shoot it down.
Well,
But Tina's right. Like, if this was something that really mattered to you, you would have done it before your mother ruined your entire relationship with both you and your now wife.
Yeah.
Like, listen, I want to get ahead of this because my mom is being an asshole. I don't want you to associate this name badly. And I've always had this dream of naming my daughter after my best friend. It's not a love thing, I promise. You know, it's just a memory I want to keep. And it was something I promised myself when I was young. That's an easy conversation to have. And even if she shoots it down, it can be like a good conversation, and you can like compromise maybe a middle name. Like, I don't know, there's ways you can like talk about it and not be like have the big blow up argument where you both end up on reddit.com.
Yeah, no, that's just crazy. Like, I don't know. This is one of those situations where there are so many ways to have resolved this in a more affable manner, and every possible point just was skipped. So many QuickTime events failed.
It's like
man.
it's like seeing that Spider-Man scene where you do the QuickTime event and you fail it and he just flops on the
Yeah.
wall, just gets owned.
Oh, I'm going to die. I love that one.
It's so funny. I found a comment here that was like, "This is the most unreal thing I've ever read. You are a super asshole."
Yes! Get his ass, Reddit.
I'd
Oh
never
my
bring that name up again. Apologize profusely and hope she doesn't leave you.
for real
Yes.
though.
You're the
Yeah.
asshole.
Yes, for real. God.
I do appreciate, frequently on Reddit of the poster bump where like the poster gets like more sympathy because they're posting it on Reddit.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised to see like a not the asshole on this, but literally all the comments are like, "What are you, a fucking moron? What's your problem, dude?"
I'm actually really happy. I'm like, rare sentence to say, aligned with Reddit, but I really do feel I'm like, Reddit Nation, get him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Upvote him to
Oh,
death.
man.
Just stupid.
Ugh.
Yeah.
No
just
other.
very dumb.
He is really dumb.
Yeah. I don't know.
The council has spoken.
You guys ready for the next one?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was such an awesome update.
Yeah, no, I
So
saw the
awesome.
other perspective and my eyes got like as big as dinner plates. I was like, oh. Like with any luck, within the next couple of hours, we'll get the mom on here. She's going to be like, all right, before you rake me over the coals, the girl was really cool and the wife sucks.
Like she's a raging bitch.
She works for Lockheed Martin. Like, come
Yeah.
on.
Okay, here we go. This next one comes from r/AITAH, the creative fiction subreddit. 22 days old here. Am I the asshole here for telling a guy the real reason I wasn't dating him was that he was an extremely picky eater?
No, next.
No.
Now,
Nope,
real
nope,
quick,
next.
I do
Nope,
want to
next.
say, Tina, I don't know where you stand on this. This podcast is a deliberately unsafe space for picky eaters.
Okay, I'm not a picky eater at all, so you will
Let's
not
go.
step on my toes.
Let's go.
Okay, good. But reminder to the council here, we are not asking if it's okay to break up with a picky eater. The answer to that is always yes,
Yes.
even if you've been married for 100 years. But the question is, am I the asshole because I lied about the reason we broke up?
No.
Our third one.
No.
Okay.
Thank you.
This begins with a small disclaimer. The disclaimer says, okay, this isn't my Reddit account, which is a weird thing to put because there's nothing on this Reddit account. My friend lent me her tablet to ask this question because I don't want to make my own account. This is amazing. This is what happens to iPad babies when they grow up. They don't know how to
Make a Reddit account.
operate a web page. Yeah, it takes 3 seconds.
Borrow an iPad and makes a Reddit account on someone else's device.
Oh, my God. All right, here's the situation. I, 28F, met this guy, Jake, 30M, on a dating app. Picky eater and you're 30. Death penalty.
Yeah,
Come on.
seriously. 30s. Only eating chicken tenders. Like, come on. I cast car
seemed
crash on you.
They're going to be naming the next kid Jake. Let's
Yeah.
just say that. It's too soon. A little too soon. He seemed
Stop.
like a good match. Funny, smart, and we had some common interests. After a couple of weeks of texting, we decided to meet up for dinner. For context, I'm a sous chef. Fumbled. I can't believe this fumbled.
Oh,
The biggest fumble.
Oh, God.
Stories
Oh
of
my
men
God.
fumbling. I hate them. Ah.
I come from a culture where food is a huge part of life. She comes from America. Sharing meals and trying new dishes are essential to me. Not just because of my job, but because it's how I connect with others. Our first date was at a nice Italian restaurant, Olive Garden, and that's when I first noticed something was off. Jake spent a ridiculous amount of time asking the waiter about every single dish. When it finally came time to... Oh, God. I can't even say this. When it finally came time to order, he settled on plain pasta with butter. Okay, so there are times that like ravioli with butter and olive oil is like the correct way to enjoy it.
Yes.
Sure.
But come on, dude.
Okay.
Plain pasta with butter.
Okay,
now, hold on.
Yeah.
I am actually a buttered noodles enjoyer. But when you are
at a fancy Italian restaurant
On a first date.
On a first date? What, should we get the high chair out for you too?
Exactly. I eat the fries that are in shapes of smiley faces, but if I'm trying to like score, I'm not gonna order them, right?
Agree. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Here we go. It struck me as odd, but I shrugged it off, thinking maybe he just wasn't feeling adventurous. We went out again. I suggested sushi. Jake made a face and says he doesn't eat. Okay, wait, hold up. Jake made a face and said he doesn't eat seafood.
I
Red
hate.
flag. Huge
Anyone
red
who
flag.
says they don't
Huge
eat
red flag.
seafood, I automatically don't trust you. Like, what does that
Literally.
mean?
I'm sorry. Yup.
It means he has a spiritual debt that he cannot pay back. This is unthinkable. Oh, he doesn't eat anything that's uncooked. Okay.
Before you continue, the pasta was just noodles and butter. No sauce, no toppings. Just
Awesome.
noodles and butter. It's not even like that. That's exactly what he ate. Anyway.
God. Okay.
We ended up at a diner instead. Once again, he interrogated the waiter about every item on the menu and then ordered a plain cheeseburger with nothing on it, meat, cheese, bread. This became a pattern. Over the next few dates, it became clear that Jake was picky, not because of allergies or a medical condition like ARFID, but because he refused to try anything unfamiliar. He avoided sauces, spices, vegetables. Every meal turned into a challenge, and he would make faces or comments about dishes I enjoyed, which started to feel disrespectful considering my background, American. The breaking point came when I invited Jake to a potluck dinner hosted by one of my colleagues. Okay, were you looking for a reason to break up with him? You know this isn't going to end well.
Yeah.
Which is, a good strategy. Good
Yeah,
stuff.
that is good.
It was a big event with lots of homemade dishes from various cultures, the kind of thing I love. When we arrived, Jake immediately looked uncomfortable. As we moved through the line, he didn't put anything on his plate. He kept making comments like, "This looks weird," or "I don't trust food that has too many ingredients."
Oh, God.
That's awesome.
God.
That's awesome. That's
Oh,
awesome.
yeah.
That's awesome.
I was embarrassed. These were my colleagues and friends. They'd spent a long time preparing these dishes. Jake picked at his food and then whispered that he was going to leave and grab some fries from a fast food place nearby because he couldn't eat this stuff. He left the potluck early, leaving me to make excuses for his absence. That's when I realized it wasn't going to work. Food is such a significant part of my life and my culture. I need someone who can share that with me. So I decided to end things with Jake. To avoid hurting his feelings, I told him it was because I wasn't ready for a serious relationship right now. But he wouldn't let it go. He kept texting and calling, insisting he deserved to know the real reason. After a week, I told him the truth, that his extremely picky eating habits were a major issue for me, and I couldn't see a future where food wasn't a constant point of tension. Jake was livid. He accused me of being shallow and said it was ridiculous to end things over something as trivial as food. He told me I was making a big mistake, and I was missing out on a great relationship over something that shouldn't even matter. Now I'm left wondering, was I the asshole for telling him the real reason I didn't want to date him? Edit, stop diagnosing someone you've never seen. Okay, well, we knew
know how
that
the
one was
comments
coming.
are going.
Yeah.
Reddit moment.
Every picky eater discussion is like, have you considered that he has a life-threatening illness called picky eater syndrome, which requires him to eat burgers and nuggies all day or he'll die?
Did you know?
That's my favorite part of the Reddit analysis. Dude, it's not that deep. He went to a fast food restaurant to eat fries.
Yeah,
It's come on.
Actually,
Oh my
it's
God.
I can empathize with picky eaters because some blueberries are sweet and others are sour, and you just never know. Shut up!
Welcome to life, asshole. You can't have the sweet without the sour.
Oh my God.
Oh, no. Okay, so I think we can all agree probably that this guy sucks ass.
Yes.
Yup.
But the question is, was she the asshole for telling him that it was because he was a picky eater rather than continuing to save face with a lie about oh, I'm just not ready for it right now?
No, I don't feel like
No.
people are owed the truth necessarily. I feel like at the end of the day, if that was what she thought was best, It is what it is. I feel like people always lie about little things like that.
Well,
I don't know.
what she's asking was, should I have kept up the lie rather than tell him the real reason and hurt his feelings? Because she did tell him that it was because he was a picky eater and he got pissed off about
Well,
it.
he kept asking. Like, if he didn't want to know, don't ask. Like, you know, I feel like if he was really pestering her that much, he needed to be prepared for the truth. I don't know. But
That's a really good point.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's simple. You're right. It's just like, I think that if he really, really wanted to know the truth and he hounded her, kept calling, kept texting, and she was like, okay, fine, I will tell you exactly why I didn't want to continue. It is this. And then he blows up. You're not allowed to blow up like that because that's the truth. She could have just said like, I don't know. It's not shallow. Like, it's also just not shallow.
Yeah.
Like, she explained it's a big part of my life. Everything we've done so far has led up to this kind of bad moment, and I couldn't do it. I'm sorry. The fact that he thinks it's shallow means he has the brain of a baby.
Damn.
Right?
Good point.
Like a toddler. Only a toddler would be like, what? Whatever. Who cares about the food? The sous chef that you're dating
Yeah, exactly.
doesn't care about food? Really? That's where you're at?
That's a really
That's
good
not
point.
shallow, man.
Yeah.
You're just being disrespectful.
Yep. I'm going to say it again because it sounded so good when it came out of your mouth. The fact that he considers this to be a shallow reason proves her point. That is a great point. Wow, you're right.
Ugh, just makes me so
I
mad.
just can't believe she didn't instantly get the ick from the butter noodles because reading
That's
that,
what I'm
I
saying.
felt disgusted.
Where is the ick detector, girl?
A second date with this? She went on 3
Exactly.
dates
In
with
front
this
of her,
guy.
like her friend's house or whatever it was.
Butter pasta. Oh my
The
god.
ick for me is when a person says, when you ask a person to go get sushi and they say, no, I don't like raw fish. I hate that shit.
Well, no,
hate
okay.
it.
I hate people who say I don't like raw fish, but he also said independently, I don't eat seafood. Like, what the
Worse.
fuck is your problem?
Yeah, literally. I love
It
your
looks
like
weird. I don't know.
Maryland goer.
People
Yeah.
don't understand that, like, sushi does not always have, like, a freshly cut out of the water tuna in it. It's like, it is like sweet potato sushi. Sometimes there's like fried, like tempura shrimp sushi.
Tempura.
Yes,
It's
that's
fantastic.
fried food in sushi. It's
cooked.
phenomenal.
Eel.
But he doesn't eat seafood.
Oh, kill me. Oh my god, I'm gonna
I've had fried
do
chicken
something.
sushi. It exists. Tempura asparagus. Like, come on, you people are so closed-minded. I hate picky eaters. Oh my god.
So, like, I know that red flag number 1, ick number 1 is the butter noodles. Ick number 2 is seafood. Ick number 3, which got her over the edge. I can't believe you would embarrass someone like at a potluck.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
point
No kidding.
is the food.
Yeah.
The point, like,
Yeah.
dude,
Yeah.
that's crazy to me.
How do you?
Oh my god.
Genuine question. How do you grow up and have this problem? Right? Like,
Yeah.
That's a good question. 30
I don't
years
know.
old.
There's
I don't
a lot
know.
of bad cooks in America. Like,
That's true.
Yeah.
yes, but like,
no, like just eating bland stuff all the time. Like, no flavor.
Yeah.
You know-
Yeah.
You know.
I always feel this way, but Danny, you remember when we were living in abject poverty?
Yep.
That was like, if you're like insanely poor, then you don't have this problem because vegetables are so cheap that like you have to be cooking with veggies all the time. But like, I could see someone like who has a reasonable amount of money transitioning from high school to college, like eating fast food every day and never really encountering like food that has been made, if that makes sense.
I guess, but like,
Yeah.
doesn't even get lettuce on his burger, dude.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean,
but,
that's
like-
freakish for sure.
I just,
I think the wild part to me is that even if you only go for like fast food style foods, the avoidance is crazy because personally, I like going to restaurants like a lot. And so how do you not explore something yummy at a restaurant? Like, the whole point is they're going to cook you a good ass meal
Yes.
that you can't do yourself. So like, I don't understand, even if you are a butter noodle guy, you could make butter noodles at home. But obviously this guy can't cook. Duh.
Mhm.
I don't know. It's crazy.
it's true. Yeah, he probably can't. I just fumbling a sous chef, dude. It's like,
Sous chef. Sous chef.
Men
That's
fumbling
crazy.
pisses me off so bad.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Could you imagine
God.
the dinners you could get?
She could have made him
from
the
a
best
sous
chicken
chef?
tenders of his life.
Oh my god.
Correct. Like, he just had to not be picky. Like, she
He
would
just
have
had to
made
shut
him
up.
picky eater
Shut up
food.
and eat the food. Shut up and eat the food.
Oh, God.
God, if he lied about it, you're right, Tina. He could have had the best butter noodles his entire
Literally.
life.
Yes. Oh, imagine getting made homemade noodles. Like,
Homemade butter.
oh,
Homemade pasta.
I'm about to
You're a
homemade some
grown-ass
butter right
man.
now.
It's time to eat the pasta with sauce on it. Are we ready to vote on this one?
Please.
Yes.
Yes.
Decision time.
When it comes to the evil, conniving woman who is trying to force her boyfriend out
True.
of his comfort zone,
Yup.
despite his terminal picky eater syndrome, is she the
Yup.
asshole? Tina?
No.
Jordan?
No. No.
Danny?
No.
I think she's the asshole for not dumping him earlier.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true.
Oh my God.
Oy, oy, oy. All right. I guess that's a 4-0.
The council has spoken.
Y'all ready for the last one?
Let's do it.
I'm ready.
All right. This comes from, again, AITAH 6 days ago from a username Constant Primary 804. The title of this one is, Am I the asshole here for forcing my son to give me half of his income?
No. Nope. That kid, you made him.
Fuck
Take his
them
money.
kids.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Here's now you might be thinking to yourself, what the fuck? But the post it's a little more nuanced. Here we go. I won the lottery. Sentence number 1.
Oh.
I get $1,000 a day for the rest of my life. Problem is, I'm 58, but my son is 19. So I went to him. I told him, I want to make a deal. I'm going to give you the ticket, and in return, you will give me half of the money until I die. From then on, you'll get all the money. This makes sense, I guess. You know, the kid's going to live longer.
Yeah.
Sure.
This is
yeah.
very
and
logical.
listen, $500 a day
Yeah.
is insane.
Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah. All right, here we go. He came back and said, it wasn't really fair to me to want half. He said that I could live another 40 years and he might need the money more. He said I should take 20%. I said I would think about it. I signed the ticket the next day and claimed a lump sum payment instead. I'm seeing a lawyer to set up my son for life. His education will be paid for. When he gets older, he will be able to purchase a home for free, basically. A trust fund will be set up so he gets a good amount of money for the rest of his life. Now, he is pissed that I went back on my offer. I thought I was being smart, but I didn't realize how greedy he was. He told my ex about the money, and she is pissed that I'm not giving her anything. We've been divorced for years. What do you think?
Wow, I can't believe my riff at the beginning stays strong. But Tina, what's your thoughts?
I don't know. This is a lot to unpack for me.
Oh, really? Okay.
I just $500 a day, like you're set. I don't get it. Like why he
I
needed.
have already done the math.
Yeah, I'm like I don't know why he thought that she only needed 20%. Like he just sounds like a greedy like little shithead. I don't know.
I was gonna say, yep, that's it. You've found your answer. This is a child, a literal kid who has no idea what he just like did.
Yeah.
Like literally missed out on just living the lap of luxury of like $500 every day.
And then even more when his mom dies. Like realistically, his mom's not gonna live for another 40 years. You know. So it's like,
yeah.
I don't know. The kid absolutely fumbled there. But also, I feel like he shouldn't be ungrateful for like getting a trust fund, being able to buy a house, not having student debt. Like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, seriously.
You're lucky I don't just blow this money all off.
Literally, I'd just go buy copious amounts of like drugs and just like have a party. Like
That super yacht is mine.
exactly. I'm like, I would not. I wouldn't even be like giving honestly, if I won the lottery and had kids, I don't think I would give them money at first. You know what I mean? Like, I think that would like ruin a 19-year-old.
Yeah, I am surprised that he even brought this to his son's attention. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Tina, you stream. Have you encountered like streamers that came up while they were still like in high school or something?
Yes.
It's
Yep.
immediately apparent that children should not have this type of money.
Oh my gosh.
It's so clear.
I know.
Yes, absolutely correct.
Yeah, I met someone like that semi-recently, and I was like talking to them. I was like, "Wow, thank God I've had like a real job, like went to school."
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Like, have actually like been an adult in the real world, because it doesn't, kids having money is just like, it just ruins them. It ruins them. I feel bad for like TikTok kids or whatever that are just like blowing up and being famous, because I feel like they're just gonna be dead in a ditch in 30 years or something like that. Not to be morbid, but
no, their brains are cooked.
Yeah.
No, you're right. Yeah. It's really unfortunate, because like, it's kind of funny. The kid being greedy kind of saved himself. I think like this is so like he really saved his own life. Now. Yeah, he can be like a normal kid who is set up for life, no debt, and gets like a trust fund with the money when it will matter when he's mature.
Yeah.
Maybe the kid is actually a 10,000 IQ brain genius. Yeah. I will say I like that the kid tried to negotiate from a position of nothing.
Right.
He was like, I'll give you half, you give me half, and then when I die, of course, you'll get everything. And he was like, well, I bring nothing to the negotiating table, but let's say 1/5. How about that?
Right?
Worst haggler ever.
It's
right
so
here.
funny.
Asked to leave dad's house.
I don't know if I'm going to raise my children differently, but if anything ever happened like this to me, I would just be like, hey, kid, here's what you're doing.
Yep.
Like there would not be an option.
There's no discussion here.
We're going to commit a little bit of fraud, and you just got to be along for the ride here.
This is like when my baby brother tries to push his like limits when we're at the grocery store, and he's like, can I get this? And I'm like, no. And he's like, are you sure? I'm like, all right, I can get you like a cookie. And then he's like, 4 cookies? And I'm like, motherfucker, no, you are not getting 4 cookies. Put 1 cookie or it's over, bro. And he's like, okay. And then he puts the 1 cookie, like disappointed that I even gave him the damn cookie.
Yeah. I think it's really interesting how money can corrupt so quickly, right?
Yeah.
Like, the kid didn't even have the money yet, and he's already, like you said, Joseph, he's negotiating with nothing, but the money doesn't even exist for him yet, and he's like, here's the deal. Like, what do you mean?
I have a really funny story that sort of relates to this. When I was, I think around 12, 13, for some strange reason, I thought having really long hair was cool.
Okay.
And so I looked probably terrible with a mop on my head, and I straightened my hair. Now, my mom was like, please, 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 I'm begging you, please cut your hair. And I was like, nope, I'm not doing it. And she was like, what if I gave you like $10? And I was like, nope, I'm not doing it. I know you're not going to give me the money. You're not like, you can't convince me. I don't want to cut my hair. And she was like, what if I give you 20? And I was like, no, we're joking now. And she's like, what if I give you $50? And I'm like, nope. And she's like, what if I give you $100 to cut your hair? And I was like, that's what perked me up at like 12 or 13. And I was like, you're not serious, right? And she was like, I'm serious. I will write the check. And she wrote the check in front of me. And so I said, okay. And so when I told my cousins this, that I was like, yeah, I didn't want to do it for $10. And they were like, oh my God, you're a genius. I would have caved at $5, dude.
It's like, well, the trick is I really didn't want to do it.
Yeah, exactly. Like I really didn't want to do it. But they were like, dude, my dad just says I have to get a buzz cut and it's over. Like there's no discussion.
Same. My parents just made us get haircuts. Like that was kind of nice.
Yeah, exactly. Like
my parents gave us the haircuts. They were like, we're not paying for supercuts. It's just hair off the head.
My mom also did that. Most of the time I got the haircut, but this was the one time I rebelled and it was like really bad. Anyway, this kid's an idiot. Sorry, it's your son, but he's kind of stupid. But glad he's safe now from the corruption of money.
We salute our comrade at arms. All right, do we want to vote on this one?
I suppose.
Decision time.
All right, when it comes to this greedy individual who wouldn't take 20% from their own child, are they the asshole for fucking up their kid and just taking a lump sum?
Yes.
Tina?
Yes.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
They're evil.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Mom.
Jordan?
No, they're not the asshole. At like
Danny?
No, of course not. It's a child. 19 years old. You did the right thing. Don't do this shit.
I guess I'm saying no as well.
The council has spoken.
Jordan, what is this thing you've posted in the chat here?
Why would you post this, man? What's wrong with you?
I just came across this. We concluded this episode and immediately Frame One posted a picture of someone who has a tattoo of American Dad Stan Smith with
with huge
huge
breasts.
badonkers
Big boobs.
and a top
tank
on that says brat. It's the brat top.
And it's green. Like it's
Why are
colored
you?
green.
What's your fucking problem, dude?
I
What's your
just
deal, man?
opened Twitter, and it
What,
was
Tina
the
comes
How do
on
you
the
want me-
podcast and you're like, oh, I gotta send the
How
boob
are we
American
segueing
Dad
out of
image.
this one into the fucking hell?
Tina, just can you plug your stuff so I don't
Yeah,
forget?
where can people find you online?
You can find me pretty much anywhere at tinachino, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, TikTok, YouTube, just tinachino. And yeah, I stream in like the late afternoons for like NA time.
Good stuff.
Sick.
Well, thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah, thanks
I
for
really
having me.
appreciate it.
This has been fun. Live up your brat summer, y'all.
Oh my God.
Fuck off.
Good morning,
Goodbye.
USA.
Goodbye.